okay. We're gonna go with that. Well, thank you. Are we sure we're live? Because it's got me, you know, YT doing YT stuff.
It says live.
Okay. Well, hello everybody. How is everybody doing? Trying to get the live set up, you guys. Give me a second because I cannot see the chat yet. Limited. Oh, yeah. What we gonna do with this nonsense? We're gonna go ahead and slap that in there. Hello, and welcome, you guys. Thank you so much for coming in. Your girl is just getting everything situated and set up. So that is why I'm looking over here instead of at you guys, but don't worry. I'm going to get my chat live together, and then I'll be able to see you guys in your chats. But hopefully you guys can see me right now. I'm assuming because I had to change the live that there's probably nobody in here anyway, and I'm probably chit-chatting with myself, which is fine by me. But if you are in here, hello. Hey, Nunu. Hey, Charlotte. How are you guys? Let me mute myself here. Let's do a couple of quick things, and then we'll be good to go. Thank you guys so much for being here. Setting up my thumb. Starting a little poll. What's up, A-Train? Just putting a poll on, you guys. Do I know what Nunu is? What are you talking about, Charlotte? What are you talking about, Charlotte? I needs to know. What are you talking about? What's the new? What are you getting into over there? Okay, you guys. Let me make sure I can actually see myself. Okay. So again, hello and welcome, you guys, and happy freaking Wednesday. I am going to be trying some Pringles. You guys can see the Pringles cans over here. And of course, you probably saw the thumbnail. So we are going to be doing a little bit of a Pringles taste test. Now, you guys know I have had Pringles on the channel in the past, but straight up truth, I have never had these particular flavors. I don't know what is going on at Pringles, you guys, but they keep coming out with new flavors. It seems like every 56 seconds, pretty much. And some of these are limited edition, so I was able to snatch them up before they were gone forever. I think they're never going to come back. So I think we managed to get 2 limited edition versions and then 2 brand new versions. So we are going to give those a shot and see if we like them. You guys know me, I'm always going to give you my honest opinion, so that's what you're going to get today. What was I going to say? So yeah, we're going to wait a little bit, as I usually like to do. We're probably going to give it about 10 minutes to wait for people to come in. I'm guessing we're going to have a few less people in than we usually do, because I am choosing to shoot this horizontally so that I can edit it later to a potentially shorter version for people who don't like lives, and for whatever reason YT does not share these these horizontals out as much as they share out verticals, but that is okay. For all of you guys that are here right now, I greatly appreciate you. For everybody watching it in the replay, I greatly appreciate you. And we are going to have ourselves a time. Your girl loves chips, and we already know this. So I'm excited because some of these flavors to me seem like they have a potential to be really, really good. There's a bunny out there, you guys. So also heads up, since we've got a little time while we're waiting for people to come in, I am going to, weather permitted, and all things being good and equal in the world, I am going to try to do a live critter cam on 4th of July. So if you are in the US or one of the territories, you recognize that that is a holiday for us. So I'm definitely going to put that up. Maybe try to do a little red, white, and blue snack situation for the critters. So we're going to see how that goes. Obviously some fruit, stuff like that. Maybe we'll throw out some berries. We'll see. You guys know we like to throw out a combination of things for the critters to get down on. So again, as long as weather permits and my camera's not going to melt and it's not going to thunderstorm all over my camera, we'll probably give it a shot. We're also looking at potentially getting a different camera set up for the critter cam so that we get a little bit better picture and it's a little bit more easier for me to control. So stay tuned for that. I'm thinking we'll have that in place and be using that come fall. So expect the fall critter cam to be on point, which is going to be nice because our forest is going to be changing all the beautiful fall colors. We do have a couple of, what are those babies called? Sumacs?
Yep, sumacs.
We do have a couple of sumac style tree bushes, if you will, in the back, and those turn really, really beautiful red. So stay tuned for that because that's going to be awesome, I think. So, it's very interesting because I'm looking at myself and I'm wondering if we touched up the light. Are you sure you hit that little wheezy baby pants?
I believe I did.
Okay. Well, when I go to edit it, I might have to adjust the lighting a little bit. I don't know why it looks like I'm in a bunker right now, but if you guys knew how many lights, there's a light over here, there's 2 lights on either side of you, there's 2 windows, there's literally a window right here, there's a window right here. There's a lamp that I made up here, and then that light, the above ceiling light is on. For whatever reason, it's coming across like I'm in a basement. I don't know why. And there's a chipmunk out here too. Interesting, you guys. We are having ourselves a day. So anyway, I'm gonna give it about 2 more minutes to see if some people are gonna pop in, and then we're gonna go from there. Again, thank you to Nunu and thank you to Charlotte for being here. I greatly appreciate you. Looks like Nunu is wearing the #1 crown, and there's crowns on this channel. Interesting. I thought that you had to be monetized to see the crowns, and obviously we all know that this channel is not monetized unless they changed the monetization policies, which, let's be for real, if they change them, it'll probably be to make it harder, not easier. But thanks to A-Train, thank you to Charlotte, and thank you to Nunu for being here. We're going to give it 1 more minute, and then your girl is going to start ripping into these Pringles so we can see what's going down, right? Let's see what's happening. You guys know I've got a sweet libation next to me, largely carbonated water. Because, these chips are going to be dry in my mouth, and I can't be putting up with that. So, I always have a little something next to me. Now, to my knowledge, I don't think any of these are particularly going to be spicy. So I didn't get something to drink because I was worried about that. I haven't really had a Pringles that was spicy. I think we tried one way back at the beginning of the year that was maybe a little bit spicy. But so far, we haven't really been blown out by anything. If there was anyone here that claims to be spicy, I guess it's this hot honey. And I'll probably try this last, but yeah, and hopefully you guys can read it. I'm trying to make sure here I can see myself in the camera. Trying to turn it the right way. Okay, cool. So one of the reasons why I'm using a computer and I'm looking down is because I actually have the back camera facing me so that you guys can actually read the cans in the packaging, because usually I don't have it set that way. So here we go. We do have the old hot honey Pringles here. So that's the only one claiming to be hot. The other flavor that we have is the Texas barbecue brisket. Let me make sure you guys can see that as well. So that's what that's looking like. And then we have the beer braised steak. And everybody knows I love a good steak, and that's what that is looking like. So I'm excited to try that one. And that's a limited edition one. And then we also have the beer can chicken, which is also a limited edition version. Hopefully this is making some sort of sense. And I feel like I'm looking at myself over here and it's not mirroring the way I would like it to, but there you guys go. I know beer can chicken was huge a couple of decades ago. I don't know if people are still getting down on it, but that is a limited edition version. And then 7-layer dip. Now I had tried, I think it was like an everything Pringles, and we tried that, or a loaded, but I don't think I've had this 7-layer dip situation. So I'm excited to give that a shot. So those are the Pringles flavors that we have, and let me just double check here. So that's 5. So we're gonna try 5 different sets of Pringles, or 5 different types of Pringles today. So let's get at it. Now, I'm gonna try this hot honey last, so I'm gonna push her way down. And let's see what we can do here. So I'm gonna go with this Texas barbecue brisket. It's claiming to be naturally flavored. Interesting. So let's see what's going on. You know, it's the traditional Pringles pop, 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 pop top. You can't mess around with that guy. You know what I'm saying? You can't mess around with him. I'm gonna go ahead and get this off. A little ASMR. One moment. I had a burp. That's also ASMR. Let's see here. I always like to take a whiff. Just to see. I gotta tell you, it doesn't smell like much. Now my sinuses have been a little skanky lately, so I'm not gonna claim that my sinuses aren't probably disrespecting me as we speak, but I've gotta be honest. Ooh, it touched my lips. I touched my lips to the canister, you guys. That's how crazy it's getting. It doesn't really smell like much, and I took a deep whiff, as you guys saw. Now, anywho, let's go ahead and get one of these bad boys out. Now, the first one looks like she's already been bit, and everybody knows, oh, this one does too. It looks like her 2 sides got roughed up in the canister here, but that's what she's looking like. Now, hopefully, now you know my camera loves to disrespect, but hopefully you guys can see the little dust dish. We got a little dust there, a little pixie wixie there. So, without further ado, let me get at this. And as my boy Ray, the Wright Miller, would say, or request, he would request that I give you guys my thoughts on flavor from 1 to 10. So I'm going to try to do that once we have a taste. Let's get at it. Okay. Is there one that's not broken? Jeez. So we're dealing with. Just looking at the back. I appreciate that there's no colors in this, because you guys know how I feel about colors, and if you don't, I'm sure that there's some colors in some of these, I'm guessing, but in this there was no colors, and I do like that. Does it taste like Texas barbecue brisket? Or even close? No. It actually doesn't even have an element of like barbecue that you would expect to see in a barbecue chip. Like even if they had just played the barbecue note, that would have been cool, but honestly, it tastes almost exactly like a regular Pringles. To me, if you just handed me this and you didn't tell me that it was supposed to be like a Texas beef brisket or it had a flavor of any sort, I would just think it tasted like a Pringle. Like a regular Pringle. That's what I'm saying. So, I don't know what to think about that, but that's where we're at. Let's push that over there. I can still see it a little bit. Let me put it over here, because I'm about to run out of space. Now, let's go in on this limited edition set here. So this is beer braised steak. That's that one again. Hopefully that's coming across in the camera. Now, after having that Texas brisket, I don't know how confident I am that this is going to be anything close to tasting like beer braised steak, but we're going to give it a shot. Let's open it up, and let's give her a sniff. Oh, okay. Now, one thing I would say about the smell associated with these is that it does have a somewhat meaty smell, if I can say that, about a chip. It does have a meaty smell. It kind of smells like some sort of pulled meat item. So I'm going to give them that. I will give them that. So they clearly did something better with the seasoning. That's what she's looking like in the canister, just like a regular thing of Pringles, as always. But let's get her out and see what this dust is looking like. Now, her dust is not evenly distributed. Does she have a... It looked like she got dusty. All the chips got dusty on the dang top. Maybe that's the problem, is that they're not dusted in the appropriate way. Like maybe that was wrong with the Texas brisket, is that maybe it didn't have enough dust on it to really give me a flavor, if that makes sense. But that's how she's looking. Looks like these chips held up a lot better because they don't look cracked and beat up on the side. But anyway, without further ado, sorry, for Ray, the right Miller, who will watch us later. When it comes to the Texas barbecue brisket, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it a 2. Was it a bad chip? No, but it had absolutely no discernible flavor from a regular Pringle. That's what I would say. Okay. Interesting. So again, look at the can. It's beer braised steak. Let me tell you my thoughts, but let me try one more really quick. Okay. Very interesting. All right. 2 things. The very first smell, as I stated, was meaty. And the very first flavor that hits me is beer. But not like a good beer. Not to say that Miller Lite is a bad or a good beer. You know, it's a Midwest beer. You know, it's a summer drinking beer. Relatively low alcohol content, very light taste. But it tastes like beer that's been sitting around for a while. Because I think they over-cued the beer flavor. Does that make sense? But you definitely taste the beer. As somebody who drinks beer, I will 100% say that I definitely tasted the beer in the chip. So I guess in that respect, they nailed the meat with the smell, not so much with the taste, and they nailed the beer and the taste, not so much the smell. Now that being said, on a scale of 1 to 10, 2 again, because while the flavor, these were more flavorful than say these, sorry, I can't ever tell which direction the picture is. While these were more flavorful than these, truth be told, it still wasn't a flavor that I found to be delightful. Does that make sense? I did not find this to be delightful. I wouldn't reach for this and be like, ooh, I'm going to slide that alongside a sandwich or something. It wasn't that kind of thing for me. It wasn't that for me. So, that's a no-go on that. And it kind of makes me wonder how they're going to make a distinction between that and this beer can chicken. Because I'm guessing I'm still going to be able to taste the beer, right? Because they're probably going to push that forward. But I'm not sure where that chicken's going to come in at. But let's go ahead and crack this open and see where we're at. Here's some more. Okay. Interesting. It's got less of a meat smell, right? Maybe it's because chicken's a little bit more understated. I don't know. But it's got less of a meat smell than the other one. She looks equally undusted, if that's a phrase or a term. A little bit more dusted on the back, but on the front, not so much. Trying to see if I can pick up any discernible notes, and I can't. But let's go ahead and give this a bite, a nibble off. Of course, she's got the yellow 5 in her, and the red 40. Who doesn't love that? Sorry, she had me checking the expiration date because it tastes a little some sort of way. June 5th, 2026. I'm reluctant to eat another one. Does that help it make some sense? It's not everything I wanted in my life. What's up, Solu? Says Solu's in the house. How are you doing? I am on Pringle can number 3 and feeling some sort of way about it. The smell is okay, right? But that flavor, again, it has me reluctant to eat the second chip, but I'm going to try to so that I can give you guys a good understanding of what the flavor's like. Okay. The back note on that chip is like communion wafer. It's got a little bit of an unpleasant finish, if that makes sense. And I don't know if that's the beer, because again, Miller Lite is not known to be a high quality beer, but I don't know. These were the limited edition ones. Again, let me make sure you guys can see the picture. Let me get that turned around so you guys can see the picture. But these two limited edition ones, this beer braised steak and this beer can chicken, I don't know if I would say rush and get them. I mean, I definitely think it's cool to try stuff, right? Especially stuff that's never going to come around again. So that, you know, if you're sitting in a polite group of people or a not polite group of people and they talk about them, you can say, hey, I've had them. But they're not good, like, at all. In any way. And they don't taste like what they're claiming. So I'm not sure about those limited edition ones. Now we only have 2 other sets of Pringles left, and I am hoping against hope that one of these cleans that last one out of my palate, because that was disgusting. I'm sorry. The finish was very questionable. I'm going to go as far as to say it was questionable as hell. So this next one that we're going to try, because we're going to do the hot honey last, is going to be the 7-layer dip. So it was like, don't make me grab a snack. Well, if you're going to grab one solo, don't grab the last 2 or the last 3 I had, because they were not good. Okay, so let's check out this 7-layer dip Pringle situation. Let's ASMR this bad boy. We got the Pringles dude here. Let's pop that top. Oop. Gotta strong arm it. Let's get the sniff. Once again, it doesn't smell like much. That's what they're looking like in the canister. Shake them in your face, shake them in your face. Shake them in your face, shake them in your face. Okay. Now she looks a little dustier than some of these other ones, so I appreciate that. Let me sniff it again. Okay. Not a lot coming through on the sniff cam, if you know what I'm talking about. That's what it's looking like, right? Don't these all look the same? Like if I put all of these in front of you, wouldn't you think that they were the same dang chip? There's almost nothing that has been discernible about any of these chips, including the flavor, except for the one that smelled a lot like meat and tasted a lot like beer. But anyway, let's try the 7-layer dip one. Okay. All right, Pringles. All right. You didn't get canceled. We feel you. All right, you guys. These are good. These ones, good. Let me just have one more. One more. These are good. When it comes to the 7-layer dip, wow, they nailed it. Again, I was expecting more in the smell, but what they didn't have in the smell, they made up for in flavor. It is a robustly flavored chip, and I'm tasting what they're claiming. Based on the picture, I'm kind of tasting a little bit of strangely olive. I don't know if they did that with like a little bit of olive juice. Hopefully I'm holding this straight enough for you guys to see. Probably holding it the exactly wrong way. I'm tasting a little bit of cheese even. Some sort of taco meat thing. I'm tasting a little bit of bean. I'm tasting even sour cream. Somehow they managed to nail that, you guys. So if you get a chance to have these 7-layer dip chips, so far, that's the only one I could claim out of all these. Me like you. It was not bad. Okay. I'm gonna leave that over there. Like a winner's circle. Alright. So we just have one more chip that we're gonna try. Which is good. Because I didn't want to hold you guys too long on this live. And of course, because we opted to go horizontally. Again, YT has not chosen to serve this out to anybody, which is fair. But that's great, because this will be a lot easier for me to edit later. And serve back up to those of you who prefer to watch videos that aren't live, right? So anywho, we've got this hot honey. I'm very excited. I don't know. The way that it's looking on the front has got me, right? Like, you see the honey, we see the chili kind of situation here. It looks good, right? They're definitely trying to set a scene for my palate that tells me it's going to be what's up. Now, I'm forgetting that Ray is going to want to hear this. So I'm going to be frankly honest with you, Ray. I think I didn't say it for the beer can chicken, but it's a 2 or a 2 or a 3-2. None of the first three that we had did not go above a 2 or a 3 on a scale of 1 to 10. I would not recommend them, other than to say that you tried them. As it pertains to the 7-layer dip, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give her a solid 7.5. She's delicious. Is she the best Pringles I've ever had? No. But is she worth giving a shot? Would I eat this? Will I eat this can? Especially because it has no artificial colors in it? Heck yeah. It's the color, the dust on here was being made with paprika, which, as you guys know, paprika, annatto, turmeric sometimes, those are what they use in place of artificial colors. So anywho, yes, that one, 7.5. The other one's barely a 3. Anywho, back to our little hot honey situation, which is our last one. Let's get her open. Ooh, Mr. Pringles is wrinkled. Bless his heart. And I'm sure this has got yellow. Does it have yellow 5 in it too? Oh no, they're using paprika for this as well. Okay. Well, they're making me feel somewhat happy with that. So maybe there's hope. Now the question with this becomes, is it actually going to be hot though, right? That when you put a chili on the packaging of something and you put the word hot on it, I'm expecting certain things. That being said, I'm a chili head. We all know this. So is it likely this is going to blow me out? No. But I'm also still expecting some type of heat. So let's see how this plays out. I think it's about to storm, you guys. It just got really cloudy here. Let me smell it. Okay. I smell the honey. I do. I like that. I like that. Yeah. Okay, they're coming with a little bit of honey. Sounds about right. Let's see what they look like. I see a little dust on there. Shake them in your face, shake them in your face. Shake them in your face, shake them in your face. Okay. This is what she's looking like. I like that she's intact. I like it. The smell has got me feeling some sort of way. So that's what we're dealing with here. I like when I put the chip directly in front of my face. It's beautiful. It's largely because, again, I can't see myself without looking here, you guys. So let's give it a shot. Okay, Okay. All right. Here's what I'm going to say about these. I could smell the honey. I could taste the honey. I could taste nothing else. There was literally no heat. I don't even know why the word hot is on there, and they certainly shouldn't have that chili, because there's nothing in here that's hot. If I was going to say anything, the first thought that came to me when I had the first bite was that it tasted like Honey Nut Cheerios. Like, almost exactly. Like if Honey Nut Cheerios was turned into a chip, that's what this tastes like. Which is kind of weird. They were not bad, but I would in no way claim that these were good or tell you that what they're saying was accurate. There was no heat. Very honey, though. These are very honey flavored and have a nice honey scent, but that's it. And they lack salt. So it's going over there in the loser circle. On a scale of 1 to 10, I wouldn't give that above a 3 either. So honestly, out of 5 Pringles flavors. Out of 5 brand new Pringles flavors, including 2 limited edition versions, the only one that was worth the dime are these 7-layer dip ones. These I could ride with. I think these are delicious. I will eat these. Aaron will, and the critters will probably eat the rest of that. These are good. Those, not so much. So, delicious. Anywho, this was a nice quick one. Again, everybody's palate, everybody's taste buds are going to be different. There are even probably some people who would eat this hot honey and think that it was hot. But again, you guys know how I play, and I will eat a whole habanero right here, right now. So that has an effect on how I define heat as it pertains to food and things of that nature. I was expecting more. I was really excited to try these out. It saddens me that there was only one. It was really worth the dang. But that's life. You know, that's sometimes how it is. I assume that because Pringles is putting out so many flavors, they can't all be good, right? But that being said, if you're somebody like me who just likes to try stuff and just say that you had it, it's definitely worth a shot. And certainly these ones that are limited edition may be worth considering if you are somebody who likes to have the knowledge of different snacks and what they taste like. Because I think once they're gone, they're never coming back again. Anywho, I think that's it. And I'm going to have Aaron rise up. It's old school, babe.
Yeah.
I haven't had to have you rise up in a while. I'm going to have Aaron rise up, and he's going to help me disconnect my live because my live is way the heck across the room from me. But before we do so, I again want to just say thank you to everybody for being here. I'm going to give about 2 seconds. I'll give you about 2 minutes if anybody had any questions or something that I did not answer about this chip process. So I will do that. Otherwise, I'm hoping that everybody is having a very good Wednesday. And of course, if you are in the States, I hope that you are getting your barbecue materials, your charcoal, your briskets, and your whatnots, because obviously Friday is a big grilling day for us here in the States. But yeah, other than that, I appreciate everybody for watching. I'm going to give it a little bit more time. And when I say everybody watching, I think there's just a few people, but you were greatly appreciated. And anybody watching this in the replay, you are greatly appreciated. And of course, when I edit this to post as just like a regular video, a lot of this will be cut out. But those of you guys who are watching this in the replay, you're going to get the full, unadulterated, dim, basement lit version of this nonsense. And I appreciate you for that, because again, your girl's trying to get her WH, and I am in a fist fight, arm wrestle battle for that WH right now, my friends. So I appreciate you. Anywho, Aaron is back there patiently waiting. This is a little game we used to play, Aaron. It's been a long time. No, don't do it, baby. Don't do it. Wait for it. Wait for the sign. Wait for the signal. You're too cute. So again, you guys, I appreciate you so much. Ooh, let me do my closeout, because otherwise when I go to edit this, I won't have it. So I'm going to do an intro and I'm going to do a closeout. So for those of you guys who are watching right now, you're going to be like, what in the crazy nonsense is she doing? But that's so that when I come back and edit this, I have it. So first let me do my intro. You guys will see it live. I'm going to get my mind right. What's that over there? Let's put these back over here. See all the things that you can do when there's nobody in your life. Not to say that the 5 people in here are nobody, but you guys are getting to see behind the scenes here. Okay. There we go. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Hey, welcome back like I never left. If you're looking for something delicious, then you are in the right place. Go ahead and throw your thumbs up on the video and subscribe if you're feeling the vibe. And today, I'm going to be trying out a couple of different Pringles flavors, some of which are limited edition, and giving you guys my honest opinion. Let's get into it. That was pretty good. First take. Now, let me go ahead and do a quick closeout, you guys. And again, everybody who's still sitting here watching this, I greatly appreciate you. Otherwise, feel free to go ahead and turn it off. Okay. So they wouldn't be like this, but that's fine. So all you gotta do is remember the rules, you guys. Let's start that again. Erin is looking at me crazy, guys. So remember the rules, you guys. If it looks good, smells good, and you think your stomach can take it, eat it. Until we eat again, stay up, food freaks. Bye. Erin's gonna turn you off. Woo, woo, woo.